I haven't even go toilet yet. So rush. Oh, I need to go toilet. Shit.
We're ready for the jury?
Yes, Your Honor. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Thanks, Beck.
Same guy. Cross time, I think. Two more, 1.5 hours. Wanna bangsai. Stomach pain.
All right. Okay, you can be seated. Your next question. Thank you. Mr. Newmeister, do you have another demonstrative prepared that shows a photo with EXIF data reflecting that it was saved in Photos 3?
Correct. Photos 3, yes.
Your Honor, we have a video of these photos, and we're happy to play it once so that counsel can review, if that's all right. Okay.
GG. GG. Photoshopped. GG easy. Game over. Edited. Edited. Flappy Fish Market. Embed 3.0. Yeehaw! Woo! Gorgeous. Why is it so blurry? Come. Come, so blurry. You like Coke ads. The size look different already. Something different. One mil.
All right, we took care of that, Your Honor.
Thank you.
May we publish, or would you like to see it?
I'd just like to see it first. Yeah.
Okay.
And what's demonstrative business going to be then?
This is plaintiff's 1305, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Video.
Could you play it? There you go. All right. So 130, marked as plaintiff's 1305 and used as demonstrative, you can publish to the jury.
Let's go. First reaction.
Mr. Neumeister, we're going to go ahead and play the demonstrative that you prepared, and then after the jurors had a chance to see it, if you want to explain to them what the demonstrative shows, that would be great.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you publish it?
Photos 3.0
No, this.
iOS. Oh my god, it's a makeup. Holy shit.
So, Mr.
Holy.
Neumeister, what was depicted in that video?
The same photo treated two different ways. One was marked with the original
Holy shit.
or with the operating system from an iPhone, which is iOS 9.3.1 on that particular photo. The one that says 9.3.1, there is a graphic below indicating it. The second photo is marked Photos 3, and it looks quite a bit different.
And just, Tom, could we pull up defendant 708? Mr. Neumeister, does the image in defendant 708 appear to be similar, same photo as what was depicted in your demonstrative?
Actually it's the Photos 3.0 edit version.
Thank you. We can take that one down, Tom.
What the fuck, man? Boom!
Mr. Neumeister, have
Wait.
we also formed an opinion about defendants exhibits
But the
712 and
3.0.
713?
Correct.
Did you prepare a demonstrative that shows,
Your Honor, Exhibits 712 and 713 are outside the scope of this.
I can show you if you'd like, Your Honor.
Damn. Amber is dead. Amber is dead, man. GG, guys. GG. Well done. Well done, Doc. Well done, Doctor. Give you a thumbs up. MVP.
All right, could we pull up plaintiff's exhibit 1306, Tom? And Your Honor, this is another video that, oh, can you pause that, please? This is another video that we prepared. It's not published yet, so I'm happy to play it once through. So that,
Play it once through. This is 1306.
Before and after.
I would just request, what exhibits are they? Sorry, Your Honor. What exhibits are these that are in this video? It doesn't say. I don't know.
yeah, I tried to get my question out a moment ago. Defendant 712 and 713, Your Honor.
12 and 713. Okay, 1306 then will be identified and please publish.
And if we could go ahead and play that, please.
Let's go.
Tom?
Slow motion. Wow. Photoshop. Oh my god.
And Mr. Neumeister, what's your, what do we see here in this demonstrative?
There's Exhibit 712, I believe you have. I'm not sure the dates number, 712 and 713. They're two separate exhibits, except it's the exact same photograph that's been, one's been edited, one hasn't. Or I can't say that one hasn't, but the colors have been modified in an editor.
Objection, Your Honor. Beyond the scope of your ruling, talking about colors. It keeps happening.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Oh.
Mr. Neumeister, did you form an opinion in this case about the authenticity of the photos that you reviewed of Ms. Heard?
Well, first of all, you can't Nobody can identify the authenticity of the photos, of any of the photos, marked photos 3, photos 1, or just marked with the operating system number. And the reason is the manner of collection. So these came from an iTunes backup. Now, what is an iTunes backup?
Objection, Your Honor. I'm sorry. You're beyond the scope of your ruling. EXIF metadata, this keeps happening.
Your Honor, may I approach on this one?
He's the expert or you are the expert, idiot lawyer? Stupid. Still smiling. That's Merc. Evil's Merc.
So, Mr. Neumeister, without going into the specifics, what's your opinion about the authenticity of the photos you received from Ms. Hurd?
Based on the way they were collected, there would be
Objection,
no...
Your Honor. We just ruled on this.
I framed my question, I thought, Your Honor, to avoid the issue that you're concerned about. Mr. Neumeister, what's your opinion about the authenticity here?
There's no way for any forensic expert to validate any of these photos.
Thank you very much. No further questions.
What?
Good afternoon, Mr. Neumeister.
Good afternoon.
I'm
Your only
confused.
degree is in political science, correct?
42 years ago, correct?
And you have no degree whatsoever from any academic institution in computer science, correct?
That's correct?
And you have no certifications in computer forensics, correct?
That's correct.
From the opinions you've testified today, you relied on no data except for the embedded EXIF metadata to support those opinions, correct?
Incorrect.
What other data did you rely on for the opinions you've testified to today?
I was trying to explain that you kept it.
What other data did you rely on for the actual opinions you've been able to testify to today besides EXIF metadata?
The type of extraction that was performed? You're asking the question.
For the actual opinions you testified to?
That is what I would use. I would also use vector scopes.
Objection, Your Honor. That was not responsive to my question, Your Honor.
If you want to approach.
Even the expert cannot stand the idiot lawyer, man. Shit human.
Sir, you can answer that question.
Pardon?
You can answer the question.
Can you restate the question?
I don't recall a question, Your Honor. We can move on.
Your Honor, maybe we could have the court reporter read it back.
They could redirect.
No. Okay, what was the question, Judy?
I believe the question was, what methodology did I use to make my findings?
Judy's voice has changed. That's.
Sorry.
Is that correct, Judy? Okay.
Awkward. Hi, Judy. You'll be okay. Woo. Loser.
That's fine. Okay.
What?
So, when you're analyzing video or photo, in this
Objection to video, Your Honor. That's beyond the scope.
All right, if you could just answer the question, sir.
when you're analyzing a photo, a digital photo, You look at the EXIF data, you use a vector scope, you can use a Pantone chart if that's available, and that should be done, but that's a whole different deal. If I go into that, you'll object to it. So you'd also use a waveform scope, you would use an RGB parade, you can use a histogram, though in this case it's not really all that relevant.
You are not offering any opinions that any photograph in this case was intentionally modified by Ms. Hurd, correct?
I'm just stating the fact that photographs were modified.
But so you are not offering any opinion that any photograph in this case was intentionally modified by Ms. Hurd, correct?
That's correct.
Can you please pull up Exhibit 170A?
Not intentionally. Then
Is that defendant's 170?
Defendant's
it's
170, yes, Your Honor.
accidentally. What the fuck?
So you offer testimony regarding this photograph during the direct examination, right, Mr. Neumeister?
There's
That's a yes or no, sir.
of a photograph like that. I don't exactly remember the photograph. There's so many different versions of this photograph, but yes, I've talked about that particular photograph.
But do you recall being deposed in this matter?
Yes,
You were under oath,
yes,
and that was on April 6, 2022?
I believe.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, sir.
What the heck?
Thank you.
What the heck? What is going on?
So, Mr. Neumeister, if you could please turn to page 76. And when I say pages, those are the little pages in the 4 boxes, not the
Oh,
page
gotcha.
at the top. And do you see page 76, line 3? You were asked on April 6, anywhere in your April 1st, 2022 expert disclosure, do you offer any opinions regarding the authenticity or lack of authenticity of the specific photograph produced as ALH 7101? Response, can I refer to my report to see if that specific number is in the report? Yes. Response, not that specific photo. I just grabbed 3 out of the batch. Do you see that?
Yes,
Can you please pull up Exhibit 517, or Defendant's 517?
Thank you.
You are not offering any opinions regarding this specific photograph, right, Mr. Neumeister?
that's correct. My testimony's been limited here.
And you are not offering any opinion that any photograph was visually doctored by Amber, correct?
Not by, I can't put the person who might have done it.
Well, you're not offering an opinion that a photo was visually doctored by anybody, are you?
I'd have to see each photo. There's no way to authenticate any of these photos based on what I received.
So you testified about Photos 3. Do you recall that testimony?
Correct.
Yeah, Photos 3 is a photo editing and photo sorting application, correct?
It's a photo editor and photo sorter, as are a number of editors.
So when you reference Photos 3.0, you never did any independent strike that, Your Honor. So when the software of a photograph in the EXIF metadata says Photos 3.0, that could be just saying that the photo was saved in Photos 3.0, correct?
Unless you looked at a scope of the photos, that would tell you that the parameters of the photo do not meet that of the cell phone that it was taken on.
But the notation Photos 3.0 in the software EXIF metadata, that does not in and of itself mean that the photo was edited in Photos 3.0, correct?
It means that you've recompressed the photo and it will not hash or digitally fingerprint with the original photo.
But it does not mean in and of itself that it was visually edited in any way in Photos 3.0, correct?
Again, it's not the same photo because you're using lossy compression once you save it, so you have changed the photo.
So if you could please turn to page 233 of that transcript. And line 20, do you see question? When it says exit software, okay, Photos 3.0. On to 234. That's just saying it was saved in Photos 3.0, right? Response, saved in 3.0. That's correct. Question. That notation in and of itself does not mean that the photo was edited in 3.0, right? Answer. That's correct. Did I read that correctly?
Yes,
A file has not changed visually just because it has been processed through Photos 3.0, correct?
that's incorrect.
Can you look at page 128 of your deposition, please? The bottom, line 20, question, you see, question, but the file changed visually just because it has been processed through Photos 3.0. Answer, you know, obviously I understand what you're asking. From a technical point, yes, because of the compression. You get down to scopes and artifacts, yes, it has changed. Was it intentionally changed? We don't know. In other words, did somebody save it in there and just save the photo? We don't know. Did I read that correctly?
That's correct. But again, it says here.
That was my question, Mr. Neumeister.
Okay.
So if the EXIF metadata software field lists the software as iOS, you have no reason to dispute that, correct?
Incorrect.
Well, isn't data data? That's what you testified to, right?
It's very simple to modify EXIF data. Did
Did you find any evidence in this case of actual modification of EXIF metadata?
You can't authenticate any of these photos because of the way they were.
That wasn't my question, Mr. Neumeister. Did you find any evidence of any modification of EXIF metadata of any photograph in this case?
You didn't listen to my answer. My answer is there is no way to know because of the way the files were presented.
So you found no actual evidence of it, correct?
That no one could.
I'm not
either
asking
way.
if anyone else could, Mr. Neumeister. I'm asking, did you yourself find you found no evidence of any modification of EXIF metadata of any photograph in this case, correct?
Now, I understand trying to control the narrative, but there's no way to answer that scientifically because given the evidence we were given, there is no way to positively or negatively answer that. It's not a question that can be answered.
It is a question, Mr. Neumeister. The question is, did you yourself, you found no affirmative evidence of any modification of software EXIF metadata of any photograph in this case, correct? You found no actual evidence of that, did you?
No one could tell either way because.
I'm not asking about anyone else, Mr. Neumeister. I'm asking about you. Did you found no evidence of that, did you?
Objection, Your Honor, asked and answered.
He's not answered what he found, Your Honor.
Overruled.
There's not a way to answer that the way you're asking the question. You have to restate it. You're trying to control.
Your Honor, he's not
narrative.
responding to the
All right, could
question.
you just answer yes or no, sir, to the question?
It's not a yes or no question.
Did you, yes or no, you found no evidence of EXIF metadata modification of any photograph in this case, correct?
That's incorrect.
Okay. It is your opinion that the metadata of all photographs of purported injuries that Ms. Hurd has identified as her trial exhibits do not indicate that the photographs went through a photo editing application, correct?
Well, first of all, that's not a yes or no question because a lot of the exhibits that you have put up, they're not photographs. They're screen grabs, and they've been changed from a Apple format, which is JPEG, JPEG, to a JPG Microsoft format. So you have actually changed the exemplars. You've changed the data yourselves. We actually ran EXIF data on some of your own examples that you've entered into evidence. They are not photos from an iPhone. Those were edited on a PC.
I'm going to hand up a page from your disclosure.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
So do you see on page 8 of your disclosure, Mr. Newmeister, it states, quote, the metadata of all of the photographs of purported injuries that Ms. Hurd has identified as her trial exhibits do not indicate that the photographs went through a photo editing application. Did I read that correct?
That's correct.
No
But
further-
we're talking
no
excerpt
further questions,
data.
Your Honor.
All right, redirect.
Now you also know
Mr.
how
Neumeister.
rude lawyer is.
A moment ago, Mr. Murphy was asking you some questions about your opinion about the trial exhibits that Ms. Hurd has offered in this matter. And he asked you about your opinion that they don't indicate that they've gone through a photo editing application. What can you tell us about that?
Well, first of all, on this last exhibit, it says metadata, not EXIF data. So that's two different things altogether. We're talking EXIF data, and on the report, I put metadata because I was requested to cover meta and EXIF data. So it's taken out of context. The EXIF data is the data based that's embedded in the photo. Metadata can be the file data about the file itself, two different things. So the way the data was collected, it was an iTunes backup is a backup.
Objection, Your Honor. Backups outside the scope of Your Honor's ruling
Thank
beyond
you.
exit metadata.
I think you opened the door on the
Overruled the objection.
Thank you, Your Honor. Go ahead, Brian.
An iTunes backup is only a backup of things that are on an iPhone that have not been deleted. It does not have the critical operating system. It doesn't have any of the files that would validate the path of a photograph in that phone. It does not have a lot of the log files. It does not have the Knowledge C database, which talks about usage of the phone and the patterns of how data was handled. All it is the photos you decided to save, not the photos you deleted. So it's a very limited database. Without the system registry or without the system operating system, there's no way to tell, because it's very easy to modify a photo on a phone and have it just read iOS 9.3.1. But with the actual phone, if you were able to get a hold of the actual phone, and in 95% of all cases we work, we have the actual phones. It doesn't matter if the phones are 10 years old or 20 years old, or not 20 years old, but 10 years old. The reason is if people have something they want to keep as evidence, they don't throw out their phones. They don't recycle their phones. They save their phones. So people ask how we're doing phones on 13-year-old cases. Because people do not throw out evidence. They keep the phone. So in a situation like this, there are no forensic extractions. In fact, the extractions we were provided were backups of iTunes, just exports. So it's third generation, and there is no way to verify the file paths and the history of any single photo that we've looked at.
No further questions, Your Honor.
All right, thank you, sir. You can have a seat in the courtroom or you're free to go.
Thank you very much.
All right, your next witness.
We call Beverly Leonard by video link.
I need the TV. All right, just give us a moment to get the TV up.
Cool. Judge ask correct. Who the heck is that? Why? Hello, Judge. Are you sleeping, Judge? Ask correct.
All right, Ms. Leonard, can you hear me?
I can.
All right, can you just count to 5 for me so I can get you on the big screen in the courtroom?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right. Oh, that's close. Can you raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth under penalty of law?
Yes, I do.
Well, start talking. We'll see you. Try the first question.
Good afternoon, Ms. Leonard.
Good afternoon.
All right, Ms. Leonard, if you could speak a little louder for me and try to count to 5 one more time. I'm just trying to get you on the TV screen.
Okay, 1, 2, 3,
Did it.
4, 5.
All right, the lessons we learned in COVID, correct? Okay. All right, your first question.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, Ms. Leonard.
Good afternoon.
Would you please state your full name for the record?
Beverly R. Leonard.
Where are you testifying from?
I'm testifying from my home in Arizona.
Are you familiar with the defendant in this matter, Amber Heard?
Yes, I am.
And how are you familiar with her?
I met her in 2009 at SeaTac International Airport.
Why were you at the airport?
I worked there.
What happened when you met Ms. Heard in 2009?
I was in the baggage claim area, and I observed her with a traveling companion, and they got into an altercation where Ms. Heard had grabbed her traveling companion and pulled something from her neck. At that point, I got up and went over to try to break up what appeared to be a fight. And I summoned a colleague to help me, and I stepped in between them and separated them, stopping any further injuries or escalation.
How would you describe the interaction between Ms. Heard and her traveling companion?
Ms. Heard was aggressive towards her traveling companion, and she had reached up and grabbed her arm and pulled a necklace off of her, and then I observed her having it in her hand. She seemed to be not very steady on her feet. Her eyes were blurry and watery, and I could smell alcohol.
What was Ms. Heard's traveling companion's reaction to being assaulted by Ms. Heard?
Objection, relevance?
And I'll sustain the objection.
On relevance?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. What did Ms. Heard's traveling companion do?
She raised her hands in what appeared to be a defensive manner, but other than that, she was pretty stoic and didn't really respond much. Her stature was 2 or 3 inches taller than Ms. Heard, so she didn't really need to have to defend herself.
How would you describe Ms. Heard's demeanor when you stepped in between Ms. Heard and her traveling companion?
She was somewhat dismissive. She just said, we're just having an argument. We're fine. We're fine. Because I was asking if they were okay. Are you okay? Is there anything wrong? What's going on? And
Objection, hearsay. Just objection, hearsay to what she's saying.
All right. I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
What, if any, injuries did you observe on Ms. Heard's traveling companion?
She had abrasion on the side of her neck where the necklace was, like a rope burn from the chain as it was removed.
How did you come to testify in this trial?
I became aware of this situation, specifically this trial, because I was sent an email anonymously. I don't even know who it came from, asking.
Objection, hearsay.
All right. I'll sustain the objection.
How would you generally describe Ms. Heard's behavior on the occasion you met her in 2009?
Objection, Your Honor. I already asked and answered the specifics.
Oh. Crash. Why crash? Yo, crash.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Cross-examination.
Ms. Leonard, when did you contact counsel for Mr. Depp?
Late last night.
Late last night. Okay. And this happened in 2009, correct?
Yes.
13 years ago, correct?
Yes.
And you know that this trial is being televised, right?
Yes.
And so you know that if you have something that might be significant to say, that way you can get on television, right?
No, I had no desire to be on television. I actually waited for a call and wondered why I hadn't been contacted.
All right. But you you reached out and contacted them last night, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I have no further questions.
All right, any redirect?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, thanks, Ms. Leonard. You're free to sign off. Thank you.
All right.
All right, your
Easy.
next witness.
Beverly.
Your Honor, may we approach?
Sure.
Thank you.
Who would want to go on? Five o'clock already. 15 more minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're still on track to have closing arguments on Friday morning. But the plaintiff only has one more witness in rebuttal, and then since we have a counterclaim, the defense has a chance to have rebuttal for their counterclaim, and so you'll hear the remaining witnesses tomorrow on that. So since we don't have anything further today, I'm going to go ahead and release you at this point. Do not discuss the case with anybody, don't do any outside research, and we'll see you back tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, okay?
Oh, early. Yes. Yay, early. Oh, nice. Glad.
Okay. All right, and then for the record, charge the plaintiff the remaining time till 5:30. The plaintiff has 7 hours and 8 minutes left as of this moment, and the defendant has 1 hour and 16 minutes left, right? So we're all on the same page. Okay, and jury instructions, we get clean copies today?
Yes, Your Honor. So I think we just received their comments around noon today, but we've had someone not in the court who's been
Okay.
looking at those and I think has narrowed down the areas of disagreement and either is sending or has sent to Sammy an email that sets forth the few remaining issues of disagreement. But
Okay.
largely, I think we're mostly there, but I haven't had a chance to read what they sent.
Mostly, okay, so I have everything, so I don't have everything quite yet, then.
It's not final.
Okay, but I will get it sometime this evening.
There,
We have an hour now, you can stay in the courtroom and work it out, how about that?
we're happy to address those. I think we need an opportunity to see what we sent them our comments 2 days ago, and we just got it 3
I
hours
understand,
ago.
but we have some extra time right now, so nobody leaves until I get my jury instructions. How's that?
That's fair.
And I like that. Okay, we'll do that, and the verdict form also. And then, if I could read Sammy's handwriting and tell you exactly what he's saying. Sammy, what are you saying here? Oh, yes, we got the 3 jury instructions that are under advisement, so we'll address those tomorrow as well, okay? And we'll work on Sammy's penmanship. All right, anything else?
So to be clear, Your Honor wants to hear the disputes right now or tomorrow?
We could, I mean, I don't think you know what the disputes are yet.
Right.
So I'll hear the disputes tomorrow. Well, yeah, we could do those at some point tomorrow. Sounds like we're going to have some extra
We'll have
time tomorrow. So we'll take care of those tomorrow, but I want everything today. I want to know what those disputes are and have what you have clean already.
And that's what I'm saying. I think that by 5, you will get
Okay.
what the disputes are.
Okay, for everything, right? Okay, so just stay here until
For
we
both.
get all that,
Yeah.
for everything. Okay,
Sure.
great. Anything else then?
No,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
we'll
Thank
see you in the morning.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Done. Everyone, wave. Oh, Friday morning. Today is Thursday. Means 2 days left.
Today, but we've had someone not in the court.
Bye.
Well, okay? Okay.
What the disputes are.
Okay. Okay.
What the disputes are.
They got 1 million people. Fans.